welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some DRW stuff that we're going to install. Actually, funny enough, we're actually recording this after the fact because we were very pressed for time, so we went ahead and put all the stuff on there and explained it as best as possible. So yeah, hopefully you guys do get a chance to check out the full video, and if you do like what you see here, please be sure to like and subscribe and check us out for other future content, especially since we're going to be going places and doing things, and also a bunch of other stuff that we're going to be planning on in the next upcoming months, trying to go outside of the state, so stay posted for that. That'll be fun. Check out our socials in the description down below, and without further ado, we're just going to pray for the video, and then we'll go ahead and get everything squared away. So let's pray real quickly. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to be here. Thank you for showing us mercy every day and helping us with our understanding of what to do and how to have knowledge and how to put these parts together. God, I thank you for the opportunity to buy all these parts. Thank you for blessing us with the opportunity to go and work and do stuff for your kingdom. I pray that you watch over us and keep us safe as we make this video. In your holy and gracious name I pray. Amen. So a stock Raptor 700R has this little faceplate right here. It's kind of a triangular thing where this pro taper thing should be, and there was the key fob right there. That's exactly what it looks like. Beautiful. And basically the wiring went down here, so yeah. Also, I did not take it apart because I was either not present or at work or something, one of the two. So this lovely man and my riding partner decided to take it apart, so I think he's going to take it away and explain it real quickly, just so you guys are aware of how to do it.
Alright, so like he said, this was on, that was on here like this. So we took the key off of here and relocated it because we, as you notice, you see the pro taper handlebars. This would not fit back inside there. So what we done, after watching videos on everybody else and where they installed it, we installed it here on the fender. So, which was pretty, I mean, honestly, it wasn't as bad. After watching some videos I've watched on YouTube, we actually were able to, so the key was up here, so and the wire went down through here, and actually down in there, there was a plug that was to where you could take it apart and relocate it. So, but we did have to take the front off, and we did have to take this off, the fenders off, just to get our hands down there to it, because it would not come off for nothing. So once we finally got it unplugged, we drilled this hole over here, put the key in it as the switch. What'd you do with that? Hand me that, and I'll show you real quick. There's a slot, as you can see right there at the top, right here. There's a slot that had to go in for the key switch to be able to be mounted to the fender. It was pretty simple, pretty easy to do. So that was all we had to do, was relocate it to there. As you can see on the back side, it's pretty well in place there, and the wires run back up underneath there and plugged right back in. So we tucked everything in back behind all of that. So honestly, it was pretty easy deal. Thanks. I thought we didn't have to take the fenders off, because he did say that in the comments on the other one, that you didn't have to remove anything of that nature to be able to do it. Well, this one had never been took apart since the day we got it. So we couldn't get it unplugged. So we had to take everything off of it to be able to get our hands on it to unplug it. So other than that, here's Will.
So yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory, and he's got everything squared away. So it's not too hard, and hopefully that explanation does make sense. If you guys do have any questions, be sure to comment them and we'll get you squared away. But yeah, without further ado, we're getting to the actual DRW part of the video. These parts were purchased from Pete Hager's website, and Pete Hager is probably arguably the most famous guy who does the savesportsquads style stuff on YouTube and Instagram. So even though Lord knows he doesn't need any help marketing, but we'll go put his website and also his Instagram and YouTube in the comment section down below if you haven't seen him. So yeah, be sure to go let him know that you guys came from us if you haven't seen him before. But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go get into those parts. All right, welcome back. So we've done a few things already just to go ahead and show you guys the difference. This right here is the bolt that we're gonna be adding on, and this is the old one, just so you guys can see the difference between that. We do recommend putting like a punch chisel thing, whatever this is called, right there, so that way it holds it. So that way whenever you start to, you know, take these off, it doesn't move. Originally I was thinking that we'd have to take this off and remove this whole thing, but it actually is just small enough to fit right over it. And yeah, Also, right off the bat, this is going to be very interesting, so we're going to go ahead and start working on that in just a bit. So let's get everything squared away and then we'll get right to it. So for your socket set, you want to get like a 14 millimeter, which will go on this. And then this is an 8, and it's an Allen head bolt that we have as well. So you want to get the Allen head on the right side and the socket joint on the left side, and then break it off like that. And that's why that chisel bit is there, so that way we can get this to go ahead and get all the way off. So as soon as you're done backing this all the way off, you should just be able to get it all the way with your fingers. It's not too bad. And then we'll go ahead and get these other bolts right here, these new ones, which is like twice the length. You can see the difference in it. It's also flat too, which shouldn't make any difference, but we'll see. And then we just got that other one right there, and then we should be all squared away. This is the first time we've taken these off too, so hopefully there's no other pre-existing issues or anything like that, because it's new. Oh, that's going to be hard. I just gotta make sure all of these go on. Oh god.
Rotate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too. Going nowhere. Alright, and washer. Ow, that was my finger. There. Now you want to put the... And so blue Loctite's the one that you can take off with hand tools. It's not as secure, but it definitely does the job. And red Loctite's the one that you take off with power tools, and we have no plans on taking this bad boy off anytime soon.
All right, rotate it.
Sweet. Well, we do have that tripod over there as well, so if we need to. Because I knew for one that I was going to be very shaky today. Because I'm exhausted and I have not done anything in a while. Sweet.
And that nut's probably bigger than the original, so that 14 millimeters probably not gonna fit.
Yep. So we went ahead and put everything on like you guys saw, but we went ahead and checked to see. This one is a 17 millimeter for this side, and the Allen head should still be the same. And we went ahead and switched these. So now we're gonna go ahead and start tightening this bad boy back on. And that should be good for that side. And I guess we'll just go this way then. So that's one. See if I can get this all the way on finger tight. There we go. And we'll put it the rest of the way on with these tools. Looking at all the parts sitting on the kitchen counter was very concerning. I thought this was going to be a lot more difficult than it actually is, but it's pretty much just straightforward. Just replace the stuff that needs to be replaced, and then after that add it on there and then just tighten it down. Because there were no instructions that were being sent, just because I guess the third-party website that we went through didn't have the instructions or something like that. Regardless, still a good investment nonetheless. Alright, that should be all nice and tight for both of these, and it looks like that'll be a perfect fit. If you want to come right here and take a look at that, there's enough room in between that it won't rub unless it gets bent. And again, I don't know if I've said this before or not, but it's really thick plastic, so it shouldn't break or anything like that, and if it does, then it wouldn't take much just to redo it. So we are very cramped here and very up close and personal, so nice. Anyway, we went ahead and decided to come under here and try to take off this swing arm skid plate that came from the factory. There's 4 bolts. There's one here, there's one here, and then there's one here and one here. They're all 10 millimeter. That's the only one that doesn't slip. But I wanted to make a correction, actually. There's a grease fitting right here. So on top of the one that's underneath the skid plate right there, and the one that's up there on top, there's a third one right here at the swing arm joint, which is honestly my bad, but it's whatever. At least we can correct it now. Anyway, again, I said this was a 10mm all the way around, so we're gonna go ahead and take this bad boy off, so that way we can have as much room as possible for the brake. Also, the skid plate looks like it's been taking a beating and a banging, so we definitely have been putting some good use in. Probably down at the riverbed, to be honest with you. There's lots of hilly bits down there that we've been trying to go over. That and the last time we were there, if any of you guys remember that last couple of series ago that we hit that part that we broke that brake rotor. And in fact, you can see it right here underneath the skid plate. There's a couple of holes that shouldn't be there. And then there's two right there at the bottom that should be there. So we put some really good use into this skid plate. Definitely do recommend the DRW swing arm protection, especially if you go through some trails like we do. Definitely a big suggestion. I think they also do offer a full body skid plate from the front to the back. So we'll probably see if we can invest in that as well. Alright, so a little bit of change of plans. We decided to go ahead and do the swing arm since I'm already down there anyway. So this piece right here came with the stuff and we had no idea what it was for. But looking at it, the way it's set up is that this will basically not have enough room. So like it's going in like that. So it needs to be at a bit of an angle with this at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick one in there and have it to hold it. And then we're going to get Loctite on the other one and then we'll start screwing that up. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and set up a tripod and then we'll go ahead and just get to it. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so with my lack of coordination and ability to not figure this out for some reason, and let the master do it. So basically what he's got to do is he's got to go ahead and start it on one side so that way we can get the red Loctite one on the other side. Because if you drop it in the grit, then you're gonna mess it up. So there's no good camera angle that you can get. I mean, I suppose I can just try and do that, but you can't really see much. There are 4 pre-existing bolts on the bottom, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. Just find them and try and do them. There's not a real easy way to do this. It's pretty much just try and do your best, I guess. If we do find any good ways to figure this out, we'll go ahead and explain it, but as of right now, it's just a testing phase. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so he got everything squared away. It's a 4mm Allen head, and the short one should be on the front, long one should be on the back because of that weird little spacer bar that we were showing you guys. And now we should be moving on to the brake.
Did you say it was 14?
Brake caliber? For what? To take it off?
Take brake caliber.
Yeah, so the original was 14mm. In fact, do you know where'd you put that?
Put what?
The brake caliber, or not the brake caliber, what the devil am I trying to say? The protection piece. The plastic one. Did I literally just walk right past it? I did. Holy crap. Alright, so we flip this bad boy over and dump all the crap out of it. So these are 2 pre-existing holes that came with the factory, but if you look right there, that is a hole that's not supposed to be there. And that is exactly where the brake caliber would have been. So we whacked it pretty hard to mess that up, and obviously this side's also as well, because this one's a little bit lower, so if you hit anything on this side, you definitely hit it with that side. So yeah, the only complaint that we do have with the swing arm is that this one, it protected the middle bit right there where the, what would that be called, the spring?
No, that's the shock.
So the shock, it's right there where the shock is, and this one leaves it kind of open.
I'll get a side view of it.
If you can see that right down there. So it's got that open bit. Doesn't go all the way across.
Which is fun.
It's not bad, but this definitely is while it's up in the air. So we'll see if it makes any difference on the ground. It shouldn't, but anyway, we're moving on to the brake caliber. There's 2 bolts. There's one that he's messing with, and there's one up there too as well. They're both 14mm, so for this you do have to take the brake caliber off.
No, yeah, the caliper, yeah, you're right.
And then Hey, look, we're not gonna go there. Then it goes on like this, and you have it peeled back like this. So you keep one of the bolts on, and then whenever you get it on, you slide it on top of it like that. And then there's two really big bolts. Oh, we got them around here somewhere. I think it's these with that washer, and it goes all the way through. So it basically replaces the pre-existing ones. So that'll be pretty interesting. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, he's gonna remove that, and then we'll go ahead and get this stuff on, and we'll see whatever we have to do. It should go on exactly like this. So the brake caliper should go right here in that little divot out spot. So we'll see what we can do. So we got those two bolts off. Now we're trying to figure out what we're gonna have to do here. We're not gonna have to take the actual brake pad off, will we? Well, that's gonna suck. Or does it go on like that?
It goes on like that.
Okay. So yeah, no taking off the actual brick itself, and then these two big bolts should go straight through the middle. There you go.
But I need the
Loctite.
no. I need the others.
Oh, the smaller ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, we left that one on so you can just slide it on over top, and then with anything that's brand marketed or anything like that, 9 times out of 10 you definitely do put the logo to where it can be seen, unless it's the swing arm, and then 9 times out of 10 it won't be seen. Alright, so now that we've now that he's removed the 14mm bolts off the top and the bottom of the brake caliper, I said rotor, we're basically putting on red Loctite on the top and bottom of these, just so we will have no issues when it comes to them falling off.
Yeah, durability.
Because we're going to be trying to be putting this through some pretty interesting conditions, considering the fact that 9 times out of 10 this does just stay on the trail. So, or to be interesting. So there's 4 bolts that keep the two pieces together.
These two actually have a thread. See it right there on the side? It's got a little thing on it.
Yeah, I've got it in super view, so it's kind of hard to focus.
It's alright.
Then the big one should fit through the caliper and connect the everything together. Should being the optimal word. Looks like those threads should be big enough. I don't see any issue as to why that would, because those are some pretty big threads to begin with. They just aren't as long, so. But yeah, basically we have put red Loctite on almost, if not everything. Pretty sure everything, bolt-wise, just to make sure that it doesn't rattle off or come off or anything like that. So yeah, basically I haven't said anything about it yet because, you know, I didn't really say anything. I don't really have a reason why I would. But basically we are trying to get this protected for GNCC style racing, which is basically the cross-country style.
Enduro.
Enduro style racing, which basically would mean me on a bike with a bunch of other people riding a 10-mile racetrack through woods, trees, mud puddles, anything that they have set up obstacle wise, and it's 5 laps in less than 2 hours, so it ought to be very interesting. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. This will be the first time I've gotten a chance to race anything, and I'll actually be the third person.
Drag strip.
Yeah, well, I didn't really race then. I just kind of did a wheelie and lost miserably. But yeah, I'll be the third person in our family to actually race something. My granddad used to race boats. Dad used to race go-karts, and then my turn is four-wheelers, which is really cool. We've kind of covered the whole board, which is awesome. So it's just something that we have been trying to do off camera. In fact, I still got to get everything squared away with GNCC, so I'll probably be putting an update about that on Instagram in the next upcoming days. So be sure to go check out our Instagram page in the description down below, just to stay up to date with any future updates and stuff like that. So yeah, looks like we've got everything almost squared away. I think we're just gonna have to tighten all these and make sure they're all squared away. So while we do that, I don't really have anything else, so we're probably gonna go ahead and get to the finished product after we figure out the measurement. Do you have an idea of what the big one's gonna be?
This one is an 8.
It's an 8mm Allen head, and then the other one should be, looks like a 6 maybe?
It might be.
Either way, we'll get that final dimension to you whenever we get everything squared away, so we'll catch you guys in just a bit. Alright, so this is basically the finished product. We went ahead and took it off the lift and put the tire back on it. We found out that it was catching a little bit. You said it was on the knuckles, right? Right here on this, right there. For some reason, I don't know why it's doing that, but it does keep catching, but that's something that we did, so it's not the product, so that's not really important.
We readjusted it. I don't think it's touching anymore.
Okay,
it's a lot
sweet.
more freer now.
So yeah, the only issue that we're looking at right now that maybe could be an issue in the future is the swing arm plate. It doesn't protect that cushion spring right there. And I can't think of English
Shock
words.
absorber.
Yep, shock absorber. Me no speak English. Me no speak smart. Any hoozle, that's not being protected, so that might be an issue. We'll see. 9 times out of 10, it probably won't. But you know, with me and my dumb self, I'll probably find a way to break something. So anyway, that's basically all we got for you guys today. The only other parts that we're going to be doing in the next upcoming future is on July 23rd, I'm getting the K-Saver, and it's also the DRW set. So it's supposed to be good because it's supposed to, if there's any issues, like spew the chain out somewhere. So it'll definitely protect the rider, whether it's me or Andrew. The only other thing that we will be installing is a full body skid plate. So basically where the skid plate stops at the very back where the swing arm begins, all the way from there up to the A-arms, which ought to be very interesting. Fingers crossed we'll get everything squared away there. But yeah, that's on July the 23rd, so that's sometime this week, or next week, depending on where. However I post this, Lord knows I need to hop on the ball, especially before school starts as well. You guys did enjoy and you did get something productive from this, but we'll catch you guys next time. And yeah, hopefully we are probably putting on the other stuff on or finishing the Carolina Adventure World series. So hopefully you guys have seen that. Without further ado, we'll catch you guys in the outro. Peace. What's up, Wheeler Bros? I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and I want to say a huge thank you to your support. It has meant the world to us.
And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It's free and you can change your mind at any time, plus it helps out the channel.
If you guys want to stay connected with us throughout everything we do, please be sure to go follow our links in the description down below. And yeah. Speaking of description, we have links in our description all the way from parts that you guys have seen on the channel, all the way down to our biggest supporter, Mr. Travis Truett at Skyline Signs. And as always, I'd like to say a huge thank you, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.